As the anti-CAA chorus grows across the country, Anti-Citizenship Amendment Act, anti-NRC, anti-NPR messages were seen on the walls of Church Street, Bengaluru. Free Kashmir messages were also seen on these walls. Along with that, controversial slogans calling Prime Minister Narendra Modi a fascist also witnessed on the walls. DCP Chetan Singh Rathore has now reacted to this and said police are collecting information on the miscreants and also checking surveillance cameras in the area to nab the culprits. He also added that they have registered a suo moto case in this incident. Bengaluru South BJP MP Tejasvi Surya also condemned the miscreants for painting Free Kashmir anti-CAA graffitis. He says some people are trying to spread ill will in the society. Let's listen into what the BJP MP had to say. Here now reacting to it is DCP Chetan Singh Rathore. Listen in.
Today in the morning, in Church Street of Kabban Park Police Station limit, we found some graffitis written in various places of shops, shutter and boundary walls. We are going to register suo moto case in Karnataka open places, disfigurement act and other relevant section of IPC, and we will take up the investigation to find out the culprit. Yeah, that's what we are going to verify. Since morning we are just collecting these photographs and videos, and we'll find out who has done it.
Here, in fact, DCP Rathore saying that today in the morning on Church Street, we have found the graffiti written. We are going to register a suo moto case. BJP MP Tejasvi Surya has also condemned this act by the miscreants. Listen in.
I'm dismayed that these kind of graffiti and slogans have come up in a certain part of the city. I'm sure that a few vested interests with the oblique and ulterior motive of creating ill will among people in society and creating a law and order problem have done this. I request the police authorities to kindly look into the matter and see who are behind these activities. Having said that, if someone is free to do a graffiti, they are free to do it, as long as it is not in the does not promote ill will, disintegration of the country, as well as the local municipal laws of having a clean city. I'm dismayed that these kind of graffiti and slogans have come up in...
My colleague Prajwal Prasad joins us live from the newsroom with more inputs on it. Well, Prajwal, anti-CAA, anti-NRC, anti-NPR messages pop up on the walls of Church Street. Free Kashmir messages also seen on the walls. Now, there are CCTVs in the vicinity. Will the police be able to make any arrests in this regard for damaging the public property?
You know, absolutely quite shocking, Neha, the sort of messages that is come in. It is quite understandable that anti-CAA and, the NCR is coming up. That is absolutely fine because they can go ahead and voice out their opinion, but not in the form of going ahead and vandalizing public property. But what needs immediate attention is, yes, this is, India is a free country. It is a democratic country. You have your rights to go ahead and express your opinion over here. But, some comments stating, some provocative comments coming against, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, as well as Union Home Minister Amit Shah, whatever their stand may be, whatever the government stand may be for the CA, we clearly know that they have been batting for the CA, but that sort of comments against the Prime Minister of our country, that should not have been the case. So this, this entire case is being shown in an altogether different color, and one needs to clearly go on and understand that the government has also gone ahead and given you the rights to go and voice out your opinion, but not in in such a manner by vandalizing public property, and those comments are so provocative that people seeing them will go ahead and make India the laughing stock of the entire nation. We have seen Free Kashmir, slogans of Free Kashmir. We saw it twice in Delhi. We saw it once in Mysuru, where Nalini, a student, had put up, this poster. We saw such, now we are seeing Free Bengaluru right in Church Street, one of the most prominent localities in Bengaluru, and right outside where, thousands of people go around and transit or commute on a day-to-day basis over here. So now DCP Central Chetan Singh Rathore has clearly gone on and stated that action will be taken against the miscreants now. And apart from that, looking at this entire street, we have seen Church Street now, which has been made pedestrian friendly too, and now the police are giving permission, the civic authorities are giving permission to go ahead and shoot too, and we have seen many shootings that is being conducted over here. But from what we understand and from what Chetan Singh Rathore has told, this has happened in the wee hours of the morning, and the entire incident has been recorded on CCTVs too, and therefore all the CCTV footage, whichever CCTVs were available in front of the establishments, as well as many other business frontiers that was running over there, they have taken all the CCTV footage and they are going through it to identify as to who these miscreants were. And apart from that, usually we had also reported even in our previous editions where we had seen that many of these miscreants had gone on to paint graffiti on these walls, and usually this particular location that we are seeing on Church Street, this is one which has been prone to that. And despite the BBMP requesting the police that there should be a 24/7 patrol at least on the Church Street, because all these miscreants are vandalizing public property that has not been taken care of, because painting graffiti on the walls of Church Street is not something stray. It has been reported now and again too, and clearly on this, clearly on these graffiti walls, you are seeing some comments stating no CA, no NCR, no NPR too. Okay, fine, they have gone ahead, voiced out their opinion, but they should not have done this in this particular case too, because these business establishments that we are seeing on our screens right now, Neha, they have never been opened. They have always been shut over here. There is actually no shops that are open, and this has been the case since the past 4 to 5 years for reasons known to the establishment. But people have now made this a decorated wall where they can go ahead, voice out their opinions, and also use unparliamentary language and put words. And apart from that, we also have visuals on the other side of Church Street where they have clearly gone ahead and stated that BJP is like a cancer, so stay away from the BJP. We even have those visuals too, meaning to say that this is not only one part of the Church Street that has been painted, this is the entire Church Street that has been painted. And even on the streets too, we are seeing that people have that these miscreants have painted it completely, and people walking by, this was a disgusting sight to watch it, because these two will go on and become black spots in the future, and that is something which could have clearly been avoided now. So if you have taken up the entire Church Street, 75% of it has been painted with these graffiti, because recently we saw a group called as the Ugly Indians coming up and painting such beautiful designs on the walls to ensure that our Church Street looks colorful, and more number of people will be coming in, because we also see many tourists also frequenting Church Street over here. But then these miscreants have gone on to spoil this entire decorum or spoil this entire ambience over there, and this is definitely quite shocking and not at all acceptable. And Chetan Singh Rathore has clearly told that the miscreants will be nabbed in the next 24 hours. So let's wait and see as to what sort of action will be taken against them, or will they be identified, because we still do not know whether they were wearing any sort of masks or not. Had they come in vehicles too, because if they had come in vehicles, even their registration numbers will be noted, and between what point of time to what point of time has this happened, because right opposite those establishments where the graffiti has been painted on these rolling shutters, there are usually chai walas who are there till early in the morning at 6. So even they will be questioned to asking who were these miscreants too, because over the clock these chai walas start functioning at somewhere at 11 in the night, and it will go on till 6 in the morning, where they will be selling tea and coffee, because people also work late night too. So even they might be questioned in this particular regard. But all said and done, this is something which should definitely be condemned, and this is not the way to go ahead and voice out your opinion against the center.
Right, Prajwal, now go ahead and give our viewers an understanding. You've been following the protests happening in and around the city quite closely. Why are people protesting in the first place when Home Minister himself has given an assurance that this act, Citizenship Amendment Act, does not harm minorities or the Muslims of the country in any way?
Are varied over here, Neha, and it has changed from community to community, and that is something which should be understood over here, because first and foremost, some of the people, some of the communities of people think that this CAA is against their religion, it is against the Muslims, and we also had an assurance clearly going on and stating that there was absolutely no problem. The CAA is not targeting any one particular community over here, so they should definitely not worry about worry about this. So that was one of the statement. The second statement the second statement is that several of the working community or the working classes, why are they opposing this? Because somewhere they believe that the inflow of people from these three countries will not just be in lakhs, it will be crores of people, and we are speaking about jobs and employment at a time when India's economy is down in the dumps, and that is something which everybody knows about. And when we cannot employ, when we cannot generate employment for the people who are staying in our own country at present, we cannot generate employment for the population of our own country. How will we go ahead and generate employment for these people? And apart from that, you should also be going clearly and providing the food as well as clothing and shelter too, because they have completely relocated from a different country. So where will you accommodate them? And we are also speaking about, somewhere when we are saying that the population is, already booming in India, or more of it is gone out of hand too. So you're saying a happy family, a small family, but where is the concept of a happy family or a small family if you're getting in crores of people from across, from across these three countries of Pakistan, Bangladesh as well as Afghanistan too. So these are some of the points that the protesters are putting, but a majority of them, or at least 30% or 40% of them that who have come into the protest, only go ahead and shout chants of Azadi or saying against anti-CAA, because they have still not been educated about it. So that is also one of the reasons that they have been voicing out. But to a majority, this is being used by the political parties to their own advantage for vote bank politics too, and that is something which is absolutely shameful. And amidst all this, how did this entire concept of free Kashmir come in? That is something which should be questioned over here, because what exactly happened was there was a lot of lockdown which is being seen in Kashmir too, but recently the Honorable Supreme Court too went ahead, clearly questioned and stated that why is there internet lockdowns? Why is there internet lockdowns in Kashmir? Why is the communication channels be blocked? So that was sorted out completely. So in this regard, we are also seeing slogans of free Kashmir coming out in these slogans too. So a variety of issues are being mixed into it, and then it is basically the snowballing effect. You can clearly go ahead and state that. So it is basically bouncing off on the center, but the center is quite clear on their stand. They're going on and stating that no matter what, there will not be a rollback on the CAA over here.
Right, Prajwal, do stay with us. In fact, right on your screens, these are the visuals from December 16, 2019. In fact, a similar incident had happened and the cops were able to crack it. Here you can see a few miscreants now coming and trying to sort of paint a graffiti on the walls of the church street there. Well, Prajwal, go ahead and if you can explain what exactly happened on December 16, 2019 for our viewers.
Neha, the visuals that we are seeing on the left of our screens, which happened on December 16, 2019, also was from Church Street itself, and it has dated back to over 20 days now. That is what we can say clearly, over a month, if we can say it. It has been over a month, and over here too, there has been various messages that has been put. But they have not only targeted, they have not only gone ahead and targeted the CA over here, because the CA was only a part of it, but majority of it has been some sort of graffitis that has been that has been painted by them, because they wanted to show off their skills too. This is not anti-CA that we are seeing on the 16th of December over here. What we are seeing is that a display of their skills, and apart from that, a voice out, a shout out against the government for introducing it. And look at them, if they wanted to go ahead and clearly paint their graffiti, they would have used a plain wall. They could have gone ahead and used a plain wall, but they have also gone ahead and vandalized public property over here. We are also seeing parking boards, and apart from that, the units, the BESCOM units which are put there, the electrical units as well as the telephone units which are put there, the boxes, the newly freshly painted boxes have also been painted with graffiti over here, meaning to say that the miscreants were at work and they were trying to show off their skills, stating that they were good graffiti artists. And this happened on the backdrop where the police had gone ahead, given a public statement, and it came from the police commissioner himself saying that there will be a 24/7 patrolling on Church Street, and they will make sure that they will prevent miscreants from painting illegal graffiti on the walls. So that has been reported on the 16th of December. There has been nothing spoken about anti-CAA slogans on the 16th of December, but fast forward, moving to the 13th of January, there we can clearly go ahead and see that new graffiti has been painted on these walls with anti-CAA slogans and provocative statements against Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah.
Many thanks, Prajwal, for joining us with all of those updates. So let's quickly go across to Mr. N.D. Mullah, who's a retired DCP crime. Many thanks, Mr. Mullah, first of all, for talking to News9. Now here, as we can see anti-CAA, anti-NRC, anti-NPR, anti-Modi, anti-Kashmir, messages popping up on the walls of Church Street. Go ahead and tell us, will the police be able to make any arrests in this regard? Primarily for damaging the public property.
Neha, thank you for taking my opinion. If the police do not arrest these people, I wish them to arrest them, because it has happened very unfortunate. It has happened in the main center of the Bengaluru city, that is Church Street, Brigade Road, where there is a lot of vigilance. Vigilance by electronic devices and by human devices. That is 24 hours there is a big constables available there. I don't know, unfortunately, why it has happened. This is very bad. Whoever has done it, there are some mischievous elements all along in all the groups. Unfortunately, the purpose of this is to create tensions among people, which is not required. The agitation against NRC, NPR, CAA is always justified or not justified. That's a different thing. But the writing against the national leaders, writing any provocative statement are very bad, and police should do it. If they do not do it, they will be held responsible.
Mr. N.D. Mullah, you said that there is a lot of vigilance, electronic vigilance as well. There are constables who are always present. So let me quickly tell you that another such incident had happened on December 16, 2019. And it's not been even a month that we are witnessing another such incident happening. There are several loopholes, don't you think so?
There are loopholes. The police is very, very vigilant. If police is not vigilant, none of us can sleep peacefully. Unfortunately, what happens after some time, the matter is forgotten. We sleep over that. The press forgets it. General public forgets it, and we sleep over the matter. Unfortunately, Bengaluru City Police, where there is no clues, we have made arrest. In this case, under the able guidance of our able Commissioner of Police, we should be able to do it.
What are the IPC sections that will be filed against the miscreants, if at all they are held?
There are obscene number of sections for communal this thing. I will not go into the details of these sections. There are 2-3 sections wherein arousing the communal feeling itself is a serious offence, and cases have been registered earlier. That's one thing. Second thing, there is a recent law about 5-6 years back, which was about 10 years back, which was brought for defacing the public property and damaging the public property. The sections can be revoked in that. So, however, I can assure you, there are P numbers, very effective clauses in Indian Penal Code.
Mr. Mullah, quickly, if you would be able to tell us what steps can we take to make sure that we don't get to see any of this incident happening in the future?
It should not happen. One, the media should be very alert. Then they should tell that whoever does it are doing an anti-national job, because it must have been done by either a very, very conscious person or very, very ignorant person. My gut feeling is that it has been done to provoke the communities against each other. That's one thing. Second thing, the police, particularly if it happens in Church Street or MG Road or on Brigade Road, I'm short of telling that it is shame on us. Police and it is these are the places which are awake whole of the night.
All right.
The moment people cease to exist there, the constables are patrolling all the time. I have seen several times constables patrolling over there, and there are cameras, street cameras everywhere.
All right, Mr. Mullah, many thanks for joining us with all of those important details. In fact, this is the CCTV footage which has now come to light from Church Street. Anti-CAA, anti-NRC, anti-NPR graffitis there are on the walls of Church Street. Free Kashmir messages also witnessed on these walls. Of course, there is enough measures that were taken by the cops. There are CCTV footages that there is a CCTV footage which has now come to light. Of course, the cops also are scrutinizing the CCTV footage. Well, as the anti-CAA chorus grows across the country, anti-CAA, anti-NRC, anti-NPR messages seen on the walls of Church Street, Bengaluru. Not only this, what's even more shocking is that Free Kashmir messages also seen on these walls. My colleague Suraj Suresh joins us live. Well, Suraj, go ahead and tell us what exactly happened here. Absolutely shocking to say the least. And what are the cops saying? How much time will they take to nab these accused?
Well, absolutely, Neha. Graffiti is something which has been there on Church Street for years together now. Form of art which was used to express their opinion and also to voice out whatever they had to. Even though they cannot speak it out, they usually write and draw on walls. But clearly they've misused that, if you could say, because people who wanted to voice their opinion, they have gone ahead, they have written, because over the past few days we have been seeing how anti-CA protests have been held across of Bengaluru. In particular now during the VRs on Tuesday, they have gone ahead, they painted on the walls of Church Street. Let's just take you through a few of them which are present here. RSS terrorists is one of them which we are seeing across of Church Street, and Fascist Modi resign is one more which has cropped up here. This is just one wall which we are focusing here. If you can just show you on the other side as well. Here you see on even on all of these meter boards which are present here, they have gone ahead written BJP Fascist, Amit Shah, and there are several slogans as well on the other side. The entire road which we are seeing here, the entire road of Church Street, you can see these slogans being painted and these these writings, these one-liners being present on all of these walls here. Now that is not the main slogan which we are seeing. Apart from the no CA and no NRC and no NPR slogans, there is yet another, the writing which is present, that is Free Kashmir, because we had seen in Mysore University other day, Nalini, who was arrested for holding these placards. The same thing which is being witnessed even here for that matter, where they have gone ahead, they have written several of these slogans which is Free Kashmir. Now Free Kashmir slogans being raised even here, and all of them starting to write and jot it down on these walls as well. Now that is something which has to be probed into, because the DCP himself has said a case will be lodged with respect to this. They've already started preparing the paperwork for the case to be registered, so they will be gathering all of the information from the localites who are present here. But what is shocking is that they've chosen a time where no one will be present. Well, this is the Free Kashmir writing which we were speaking of earlier. So Free Kashmir being written, this is not the only place where they have written this. Throughout all the walls which are present here, most of the shutters have these graffitis which are present here for years together, and this is a form of art. Even though it's illegal, they want to bring out an opinion, they want to voice their opinion for the public view and to show public what exactly is happening. They usually use these graffitis on these walls, but now they've gone ahead, they've started writing down what they have been protesting against for these many years. So Fascist Modi, die, no CA, no NRC, no NPR on this particular wall, no CA, no NRC, NPR on the other wall as well. So everywhere for that matter, the main slogans being raised is no CA, no NRC, no NPR, Modi resign, and fascist BJP, all of these, and RSS terrorists, all of these are the slogans which are being raised. Free Kashmir is yet another writing which is present on these walls. Now one more thing, one main issue which people have been trying to highlight is with respect to the detention camps being raised and being brought in Bengaluru as well. So they have highlighted that as well. they have put detention camp, they have put an arrow mark as well, and post which what they have tried to say is that detention camp is nothing but the NRC, the NPR as well as the CAA. So that is what they have tried to highlight here. That is why they have put detention camp and they have put an arrow mark as well. So that is something which will have to be highlighted. Most importantly, the CCTV footage which News9 has accessed here. Well, clearly the CCTV footage, you can see that one person has come down. These are the walls which he's gone ahead and painted. He's also used the spray paint. Covered his face, even though his face is facing the other side. The cops will be using these CCTV footages as well. Now, apart from that, even the Bengaluru City Police have installed several CCTV cameras on Church Street to ensure they can go ahead, monitor the situation here as well. So, for the same reason, they will be going through all of the CCTV footages as well, which is present here. Now, one more important thing which they have to understand is that a street like Church Street. Now, this is a very posh locality, posh area, and also they say that highest of highest security will be here, CBD region in particular. So, how can the miscreants come here and avoid all of the CCTV and spray paint? All of this is something which is quite shocking. But one important point which the DCP clearly mentioned was with respect to two of the accused being arrested 2 months back as well. So they were arrested, they were detained for going ahead spray painting several things on these walls of Church Street. So even yet again these accused will also be brought in. They will also be questioned with respect to whether they were behind these paintings on the Church Street walls, or was it someone else? Now, that is something which will be a crucial evidence for the central police inspectors as well as the Kaban Park police station limits as well. They will be coming about, they will be investigating into this matter. But as of now, quite shocking that these, one-liners, these slogans being raised on Church Street and writing no SCA, no NPR, no NRC, intensifying the protest against this particular contentious citizenship act which is being raised. Several people gathering, going ahead, protesting against the act, but now in a different form coming together. That is the graffiti form which people are taking to and voicing their opinion, Neha.
That's right, Suraj. Law will take its own course, but we have witnessed a similar incident taking place on the 19th of December. Of course, the cops had arrested the accused within a short span, but why is it that in less than a month we are witnessing another such incident? Why weren't enough measures taken by the cops to ensure that there is no repetition? Any word on that from the DCP?
Well, exactly what we are trying to ask and trying to understand here, because somewhere the DCP should have considered all of these measures as well, because yes, the CCTV cameras have been installed to monitor all of these areas, because these are sensitive zones which are present here, graffitis are present, they have witnessed such incidents in the past as well. So the CBD region in particular, they have been monitoring, but what exactly happened, why were the cops not on beats here? What exactly, where was the lapse is something which has been questioned. They have said that a detailed investigation will be taken up and a complete report will be submitted in the coming days. But as of now, the only information that they have is that this particular incident has taken place, that they have CCTV footage. They will be going ahead, they will be registering a case against the miscreants who are present here. Who are these people behind the masks? Who are these people who have gone ahead, painted all of the walls on Church Street is something which they'll consider. Post which they will be bringing in a detailed report. They will be getting a detailed report with respect to the same, is what we have heard as of now, Neha.
Right, Suraj, many thanks for joining us with all of those updates. We'll keep coming back to you throughout the day. For all the viewers who have just joined in and wondering what exactly is happening, well, here anti-CAA, anti-NRC, anti-NPR messages pop up on the walls of Church Street. News9 has also accessed exclusive CCTV footage where two miscreants can be seen damaging the walls, writing anti-CAA, anti-Modi, anti-Kashmir, anti-NRC, anti-NRP sloganeer. The cops have in fact taken suo moto action in this regard, and also BJP MP Mr. Tejasvi Surya has condemned the miscreants for painting Free Kashmir anti-CAA graffitis, saying that some people are trying to spread ill will in the society. Meanwhile, DCP Chetan Singh Rathore has also said police are collecting crucial information on the miscreants. Listen in.
Today in the morning, in Church Street of Kabban Park Police Station limit, we found some graffitis written in various places of shops, shutter and boundary walls. We are going to register suo moto case in Karnataka open places, Disfigurement Act and other relevant section of IPC, and we will take up the investigation to find out the culprit. Yeah, that's what we are going to verify. Since morning we are just collecting these photographs and videos, and we'll find out who has done it.